Good morning, it's Mr. Fischel again. We're going to do some extra practice with learning target 4. I can identify the slope of an equation and tell whether the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. So we did a little bit of this earlier, so remember the slope when it's in the form y equals mx plus b. The m is going to be the slope. So in this case, the 2 and the negative 1/3 are slopes here. 2 and the 2 are slopes here. And the negative 1/4 and 4 are slopes here. Now these two have the same slope, so as you probably remember, these are parallel. These have opposite reciprocal slopes because this is the same as 4/1. Just took the 4/1, flipped it to 1/4 and made it opposite or negative. So that's perpendicular. And over here, this is neither because it's not the same and it's not an opposite reciprocal. Okay? All right. Now, that's not where people were having most trouble with. People were having most trouble actually with the algebra. So I want to practice solving today, solving for y, and then deciding if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay. So I'm going to do a few problems. All right. So please take notes on this. We'll start off with 3y equals 6x plus 3 and 4y equals negative 2x minus 2. Right. First thing I want to do here is I want to solve for y. Since I just have a 3y, that means 3 times y. I do the opposite, which means divided by y. Or, I'm sorry, divided by 3. I'm doing the opposite. So this is 3 times y. No, I'm dividing by 3. And I do it to every single term here. When I do that, 3's cancel out. I have y is equal to, now this is 6/3 x. 6/3 I can reduce because 6 divided by 3 is 2. This is 2x plus 3 divided by 3 is 1. So that's the equation in, remember we're trying to get this in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Okay. Now if I go down here, I have 4y, so I need to divide by 4. 4's cancel out. I have y is equal to, this is negative 2/4. I can reduce that fraction. 2/4 is the same as 1/2. So it becomes a negative 1/2 x minus 2 divided by 4 is 1/2. Now I don't even have to worry about these y-intercepts right here. Don't need to worry about them. I'm just going to look at, so once it's in y equals mx plus b form, I look at the m's. So I look at the 2, and I look at the negative 1/2. Are they the same? No, so they're not parallel. Are they opposite reciprocals of each other? Yes, they are. This is 2/1, negative 1/2. They are flipped in the opposite, so they are perpendicular. Now I'm going to have you do something a little different here, and hopefully you're all listening to this, not just watching the video, but listening. I'm going to put up a problem here. I want you to pause the video after I put it up, try to solve it on your own, and then wait for, then watch me do the problem, just so you can see how to do it in case you did it wrong or that type of thing. So, all right, let's try this. So we have 7y equals x minus 4, and 2y equals negative 7 plus x plus 5. Okay, so what I want you to do right now is to pause the video, try to do this on your own, then when you're done, unpause it and watch me do it and check to see if you have the same thing that I do. All right, ready, set, pause. All right, now I'm going to, assuming that you paused and now you're listening again, so first thing what I do here is I'm going to divide by 7. 7's cancel out. I have y is equal to, now when x is by itself, that means that's a 1x. So that becomes 1/7 x minus 4/7. And I'm not going to keep that in decimal form. I'm keeping it as a fraction. It's going to be easier to see things if we keep it as a fraction. Now I'm going to divide this by 2. 2's cancel out. I have y is equal to negative 7 over 2 x plus 5 over 2. Okay. I look at my slopes. Are they the same? No. Are they opposite reciprocals like up here? Nope. So they must be neither. Okay, now we'll try a slightly different type of problem. Add one more step to it. Let's start off with this problem. We have 3y minus 6x equals 9 and 5y minus 10x equals 15. Okay, first thing I'm going to do now is notice I have x's and y's on the same side. This is where I need to change it. I need to move the x's to the other side first before I do anything. Now this is a negative 6x, so I do the opposite. I'm going to add 6x to both sides. So I have 3y is equal to, those cancel out, 6x plus 9. Okay, now this was now we've got a problem down to where it was like the previous problems we did. So now I'm going to divide by 3 to get y by itself. 6 over 3, which reduces to 2x, plus 9 divided by 3, which is 3. Okay, and that is now in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b. Do the same thing over here. I want to get rid of the negative 10x. So I'm going to add 10x to each side. So I end up with 5y, 10's cancel out, equals 10x plus 15. And just like the previous problem, I have to divide by 5. This cancels out. I end up with y equals 10 over 5, which reduces to 2x, plus 15 over 5, which reduces to 3. Okay. Now, this is a very special circumstance. Normally, if you look at these first two numbers, you notice the slopes are the same. So that means that they're parallel. But in this case, they're actually the same exact line because they have the same y-intercept as well. So this ends up being what's called coincident, they're the same line. But normally in most cases, if these numbers are different, the slopes are the same, it would be parallel in most cases. All right, now I want you to try this one that I'm about to put up here. All right, again, just like the last time, I'd like you to pause this video, try to do it on your own, then when you're finished, unpause it so you can check your answer. Okay, ready, set, pause. Okay, I'm assuming that you paused, did the problem, and now you're going to check your work. So let's go through the steps. Here, I want to get rid of the 4x, move it to this side, so I'll do the opposite. It was adding, so I'm going to subtract 4x. Oh, sorry about that. Lights went out on me. Oh, sorry about that again. So I have 2y, the 4's cancel out, is equal to negative 4x plus 8. Then I'm going to roll this up here. Now I want to divide by the 2. So I have y is equal to negative 2x plus 4. Got negative 2 because negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Okay, over here I need to get rid of the 9x. So I do the opposite. It's subtracted, so I add 9x to both sides. So I get 3y, 9's cancel out, is equal to 9x plus 4. Now I divide by 3. I get y is equal to 9 divided by 3, which is 3x plus 4/3. Now when it's in y equals mx plus b form, which is what I have it in right now, I look at the slope, which is m. Negative 2 and 3. Are they the same? No, they're not the same, so it's not parallel. If they're opposite reciprocals, they would be perpendicular. They're not that either, so they are neither. All right. So now I'd like you to take the formative assessment that's following this video. Please do your best. Show your work. Actually write it on the paper, but bubble in the correct answer. Remember, the more practice, the better you get. Practice makes perfect. Thanks for listening, and have a good rest of the hour.